This is the first iteration of my archery backstop I plan to have in my backyard, made out of 1.5-inch ID PVC tubing that I got at Home Depot. I think there are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 90s on here and maybe 5 Ts, and I put caps on the front which I did not glue in so that they can come off in case somehow or other water gets inside. I can always get the water out, because I've read that if you leave water in there over the winter and it freezes, it'll crack the tubing. So I don't know. Anyway, better safe than sorry. But it's really very simple to make. I got the drawings, or pictures rather, and some dimensional help from a couple of different sites on Pinterest and YouTube. Nothing really fancy here, just plain old tees. These are the less expensive ones from Home Depot. I think they're not Schedule 40. Difference of a couple dollars, and when you're buying the quantity that I did, because I'm going to make a target holder. I'm going to get a target and hold it from the bracket that I make for that. I'm also going to make a bow and arrow stand, which I also saw on Pinterest and YouTube. They're really very, very simple. The longest part of this whole project, once I knew what I was going to do and the dimensions I needed, was cutting it, because I could not find a PVC cutter at Home Depot for the OD of this tubing. So I had to use a standard tubing cutter, which I bought, which did open up. Problem is that when you use that, it swells the ends, and now the ends of the cuts have to be sanded, which I started to file and then found out that it worked much better using my palm sander. It roughed up the edges, but it didn't matter anyway, because they were going to fit inside these fittings permanently and be glued in, so I wasn't worried about that. But before I make the other 2 brackets, I am going to try to find a cutter that will do. I think it's 1 7/8 OD tubing on the 1.5-inch ID tubing, so maybe something to look for. Anyway, that's it for this one. The next will be the how I mount the horse pad, which I got today, which is here, and I got it at Tractor Supply. I just cut this in half because the thing is enormously heavy, and even cut in half, it's going to be very difficult for me to hang this by myself. So we'll see how that aspect of this project goes. But this will be the heaviest thing that I have to do. The target is not that heavy, and using the same tubing, which I already have, that should go together pretty quickly. So keep you informed.